Wow, we've made it. It's day 30 of our 30 days to redesign your boudoir business. And of course, this series wasn't designed as a kind of getting started in boudoir. This is about redesigning the experience. And of course, you could kind of spread it out across different genres of portrait photography as well, I'm sure. So 30 days ago, you kind of committed on this journey with me to redesign not just your business, but the perspective of your business and what is possible for your brand tomorrow and for the future, of course. You've completely deconstructed your pricing, I hope. You've refined your mood. You've streamlined your workflow and claimed back your authority in being a specialist in boudoir photography. But today isn't just the end of this 30-day redesign challenge. It's the launch pad, in fact, for the future. Today, I want us to reflect and celebrate. We're moving away from the hustle of the redesign and moving into the momentum of more the likes of a CEO. So in our marketing, the reflections always inform the future strategy. So you can't steer a ship you aren't tracking. So in other words, we need to be looking at it the whole time. What I want you to do today is kind of review which shifts in the last 30 days felt most powerful for you and which have allowed you to refine your messaging and double down on the channels that you really need to kind of bring the highest return on your investment with it. Growth always comes from clarity. By identifying exactly where your portfolio and the processes have improved, you can stop wasting creative energy on trial and error and start focusing in on what creates the most impact for yourself. Celebrate your wins. That's key, in everything we do, even if they're small. We're so often focused on the next mountain that we forget to look back at the one we just climbed. We need to recognize our achievements and that it isn't just for feel-good factor. It's there to fuel the kind of the energy that we have. We need it to prevent it from burning us out. And we need the wins to kind of build the confidence. We need it to build the confidence that we require to lead a luxury brand time and time again. So today we need to audit that transformation that you've done. Okay. So what has been the biggest shift? What has been the kind of the change in the revenue kind of direction? And how have you identified more as a CEO to a business instead of just a business? So as far as the biggest shift, which single task over the past 30 days gave you the light bulb moment? Was it the pricing, the mood, the ideal client profile? You've got to find which one worked the best. As far as the revenue road is concerned, looking at your new structure, where is your next booking coming from? While systems are good, we need to make sure they're ready. And which system is now ready to catch that lead better than it was 30 days ago? And as far as you identifying as your CEO in the business, how do you feel different today compared to day one? Do you speak about your work with more weight and more kind of authority and less apologetic as such? So today, the last day, as it were, I just need you to spend more time, about 30 minutes, in fact, reviewing the progress, making sure that you've kind of done every single day of the 30-day challenge. You need to kind of write down and note your wins if you haven't done that already. It doesn't matter how small those wins are, I need you to acknowledge them, yeah? Then if you can kind of write down 3 concrete actions you will take over the next 90 days to maintain the momentum. And of course, we've got to review it in 90 days' time, perhaps. This is your 31 days. Okay, so in other words, it's just not going to finish today on day 30 as such. Your 31st day is every day, but you now need to put it in the diary to make sure you're tracking all the changes that have been made. So call that your day 31. And then once you've done that in your 30-day kind of planning, what 3 actions will propel your brand forward in the next 90 days? and how will it protect the boundaries that you've built and changed in the past month? Good luck, and thanks for joining me on this series. See you next time.